Amakhosi amahle, Kaizer Chiefs is playing Polokwane City. Amakhosi for life. Amakhosi siyaphumelela. Amakhosi siyaphumelela. Ah, shut up. So yeah, guys, Kaizer Chiefs is playing this weekend. We're gonna be chatting some starting lineups, what we think the team is gonna be made out of, and yeah. Before we get to that, like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe is the most important. Hit the subscribe button. 93 over 93%, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I checked, have not subscribed, but you are. So you guys are busy that kumnandi like, oh, this guy is talking facts, but then you like subscribe. He doesn't deserve a subscribe. He doesn't deserve it. But yeah, guys, we don't want you guys to be like that. Subscribe, and yeah, thank you for those who are supporting the channel. I really appreciate all I almost said 1.8 million, 1.8k of you who are subscribed. I really appreciate. But let's get to the game. Amakhosi is playing. Yo, I'm so excited. I'm done politics, talking about Tabokune, the management, what, Sfuna ibola. We want soccer, ribatla bolo. I don't know how to say it in Stivenda, Shavate Polo. Yeah, zonke. So let's get to it. Starting lineup. Who is going to be goalkeeper? Vuma. Vuma, he didn't do much saving in the previous game, except for that one shot, but he didn't concede. Meaning, so I'll say this about a goalkeeper. A lot of us think a goalkeeper's job is only saving. Yes, that's the most important, but it's also organizing. Meaning, you have to be vocal. You have to be able to communicate with your defenders. To be like, hey, Sbanbani, close down. Hey, what? Do this. So sometimes a goalkeeper can prevent goal scoring opportunity if they're assisting the team from the back, positioning the team and stuff. So I'm going to give Ubvuma the benefit of the doubt and say maybe a part of the reason why he didn't concede or Morocco Swallows didn't really attack us is because he informed his defenders in time to pick up certain players here and there, and they saw it and they positioned themselves, they didn't score. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. So Bvuma will start. Left back. You know, one thing I'll say about the starting lineup is that if not broken, don't fix it. But at the same time, this one I would like to be fixed. But I'm going to say what I think Kevin Johnson's going to do. And then I'm going to say what I wish he does, like if he's brave. What he's going to do is that he's going to play Shanti, and then Dove, and then Msimango, and then Frosler. That is, look, if we lose tomorrow's game, which I personally don't feel we're going to lose, but if we lose tomorrow's game and he had changed the back four, all the analysts in the world are going to come and blame him for changing. When I say changing, I mean adding Frosler as a left back and adding Dylan Solomons as a right back. If we lose that game with those guys starting, people are going to say, why did he change his original starting lineup since they won the previous game? But my thing is that I prefer Dylan Solomons as a right back. And then Frosler can go to left back. I think it will give us more balance. It will give us more balance, and Frosler does well as left back. And if we see in the first half that Dylan Solomons is not adapting, it's easy. Shanti will be on the bench. We bring Shanti on. We move Frosler to the right. We take things back to where they were. Anyway, that is just me. Now the tough part is going to be the midfield. The midfield is the tough part because we all have been crying as Chiefs fans, Guti. They can't have those three players, Mtetwa, Castillo, and Matt. We can't have them because all three of them are the same player. And when I say the same player, I'm like, they are not the most creative people. But at the same time, it feels like each of them give you something that the other doesn't give, and you want that in the game. What do I mean by that? I'm going to start with Mtetwa. Mtetwa knows how to intercept passes. He knows how to close down play. He knows how to run into little pockets of space. He hasn't gained his confidence, so we haven't seen him a lot. But I'm sure you guys have started seeing glimpses of him breaking up play, starting an attack, all those things. That is Mtetwa. Mtetwa becomes an engine once he's into his game. Mad is not the best in attack. And Mtetwa is not good in attack. He has never scored a goal from what I've heard. He's never scored a goal in his career. So he won't give you anything in attack. He can just break up play. Basically, Mtetwa is a better version of Katsande. So we didn't expect much of Katsande except for maybe when there's a corner or something. But like that's Mtetwa's game. And then Matt. Matt is a workhorse. What is a workhorse? It's someone who works more than every player from both teams. Matt works so hard, guys. Sometimes we overlook it because of the nyoso he will do, like he'll misplace passes and all of those things. But his work rate is, I don't think there's a player in the PSL with a work rate like Matt. Me personally, I don't have the stats, but I'm saying that boy works. So that's what Matt gives. Matt gives the work in that he can defend and then he can also support attack. Because funny enough, the goals we've been scoring in the past few games, it has been Matt. In the past few games, I think against Cape Town Spurs, Matt crossed the ball for Castillo. Castillo scored. Previous game for Swallows, Matt supplied the goal to Saile. Saile scored. Now this is where the other problem comes. Castillo. Castillo hasn't been very creative. He hasn't been very creative in that he hasn't given us much creatively. That's what I'm trying to say. Guti, he hasn't unlocked the defender. He hasn't done this. But when it comes to the headers and when it comes to the entry in the box, there is no one at Chiefs who knows how to attack the box like Castillo. So that is the problem there. And then on top of that, we also want to play a player like Nkosimpile Ngcobo in that game. So the issue is one must die. But the question is who? Out of those three midfielders, one must make way for Nkosimpile Ngcobo. Because when the three of them play, we don't work. We won't play the way we can play at our best. So that's what makes it difficult. So it's a tough one, guys, which is why I know people laugh at my idea, but my idea is that our strikers aren't working well. So I'll play Castillo as a striker because he's good with his head and he has a shot. But but it feels like the midfield, someone must go. Now I'm going to give what Kevin Johnson may do. One thing I'll say is that Matt will play because Matt has done nothing wrong but play well. Mtetwa will definitely play. The question is going to be Castillo. Will they start Castillo or will they start Nkosimpile Ngcobo? That will be the question. Will Castillo start Nkosimpile Ngcobo? I don't know, but you know what? Polokwane City is a fast team. So because Ngcobo is slow, they may decide to start with Castillo. But anyway, that for me, the middle is very confusing. I don't know they'll start with, but one thing I'll say is this. We haven't won games starting with Castillo, Matt, and Mtetwa. When I say one, I'm like, we don't really dominate the middle and we don't create a lot of chances. So that's why I say it needs fixing. Funny enough, the player who was unlocking the most defenses for us was Matlo, but now Matlo is not in favor of Kevin Johnson. That's a story for another day. Strikers, they'll probably start Ranga as the striker, then have Saile, and then have Modi. Saile, for me, is the only striker in the striking force that I say I want there. Even though I always say Saile must start from the bench, but what he proved to me in the other game is that he started, the first half was bad for everyone. He was a threat here and there, but it didn't impact his second half because second half he woke up and created more chances. So for me, that is the Saile I want. I want him to be there in the first half and be there in the second half. He must just be continuously a threat. But here's my biggest thing. Ranga and Modi. Those two players, I personally don't feel like they deserve to be in the starting lineup. I don't feel like they've given us enough. I feel like maybe for the first half this time, we give Gonzalez a chance and then we bring Ranga in the second half. That is me. Maybe Kevin Johnson, maybe it's best to start with Ranga because you started with him in the previous game. But I think maybe it's time to add more mobility to start Gonzalez to play with Saile. Gonzalez opened some space for Saile that Ranga was not able to open. If you have to watch the second half when Gonzalez came on, Saile was starting to get little pockets of spaces that he never was getting with Ranga because Ranga was blocking up play. And then Modi. Modi is a very good player. I like Modi. But for me, a part of me, I want Shabalala in the game, guys. That is me. I want Shabalala in the game. Why do I say I want Shabalala in the game? Because Shabalala is not one-dimensional. Ushabalala can cut in. Ushabalala can run on the wing. Ushabalala can take a pass, a long-range pass, etc., etc. Umodi, as good as he is, sometimes he doesn't think, he doesn't, it takes time to adjust to the game, and that's something I don't like. When a player takes time to adjust to a game and then he starts adjusting when they're about to substitute him, I'm like, no. So that's the starting lineup I think Kevin Johnson's gonna take for the game. What starting lineup do you guys believe he'll take? Predictions for the game. It's a tough one. Polokwane City is not a useless team. It's a good team. So if Chiefs will win this game, I think they'll win 3-2. But I don't see a loss. But that's just me. I don't know why. I feel like Kevin Johnson is doing the right things. He may not be the best coach, but there's fundamentals that our players are starting to do. Our box entry starting to look better, keeping the ball. One thing, if you haven't realized in the past few games, our boys aren't just running like headless chickens, so they don't get tired as quickly. So that is something that's different from Molefenseki. Molefenseki, after 30 minutes, we tired. Kevin Johnson, after 30 minutes, the boys look the same as after 10 minutes. So that is the biggest thing I'm seeing. We're keeping the ball right, etc., etc. And the addition of Dove playing in the center back, for me personally, I preferred Dove there. Even if you have to play Uditokwe as the other center back, even if they both left-footed, I would still prefer Dove there, because Dove, yeah, his left foot from the center back, the way he sees the game from the center back position, he gives us calmness at the back, and that is what Chiefs needs. At the current moment, we don't have calmness, but when he's there, we look more calm and comfortable at the back. That is my team. Tell me what you guys think is going to happen. Good luck to good luck to Kune and his rehabilitation that he has to do. Amakhosi for life. Enjoy your Friday. Happy Friday to all of you. For those who are saying station, I don't know, Tina station. But anyway, Amakhosi for life, and I always say this: please register to vote. It's our country. It's our country. Bring back the land.